Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is Have That Talk. Today, the topic is no. And this is something a lot of people struggle with, myself included sometimes. But no is not just no. You hear these stories about people saying, I've got boundaries. No, thank you. Bye. But I'd like to stop you there because there is an art to saying no. And not every no lands with the same impact with the same person. So you got to strategize your no's as well. Here are 5 ideas. The first is the clean cut no. Direct, confident, no explanation, just no with a full stop. An example: your colleague asks you to cover for a meeting the third time this month. Instead of saying, I'm really busy or I've got this project to do, don't explain. Just say, sorry, I won't be able to do that this time. You have to ask somebody else. Put the full stop there. Now, this doesn't work with everybody, obviously, but it's a really good way to say no to a colleague or a peer who's maybe drawn a little bit more from the favor bank than you would have wanted to give. So saying no and putting a full stop just makes it clear. They may be taken aback, they may not like it, but they'll respect it because you didn't explain, you didn't justify, you didn't talk about it. You just said, no, not this time. Thank you. Bye. The next kind of no is the one reason no. Now, this is the first baby step that you take if you're not comfortable just putting a full stop after the no. The one reason no is, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. I am busy working on X, or I'm just about to go into the next meeting, so I won't be able to do that for you. Give one reason and off you go. No hanging around to get into a discussion about this. Turn back to your work, put down the phone, go off to your meeting, whatever it is, wrap it up really quickly. The next kind of no is the redirecting no. This is good when you're saying no to your boss because you're turning the no into a negotiation. You're saying, I won't be able to do this now, but is it okay if I do it next week? Or I think I might need a little bit more budget for that. And then you start negotiating on what resources you need. This is also good if you're talking to clients or other senior stakeholders when you're really trying to get the best out of that conversation. You're trying to negotiate favorable terms that have both parties feeling okay, respected, and feeling that they've got something from the discussion. The next kind of no I call the delaying no. This is where you don't say no right away, but you kind of buy yourself some time to think about it. Maybe it's a project whose scope you don't really understand and you feel that you need to do some research or call a few people to find out what's really going on. Instead of saying no, you say, oh, that sounds really interesting. Let me think about that. Or, okay, I hear what you're saying. Can I get back to you tomorrow or later this week? What you're doing there is buying yourself time to really think things through and come to the conversation better prepared. The next kind of no is a smart one that people underestimate or forget about. This no is a preemptive no. Think about the scenario when you're going into the next project meeting and you know that there are going to be tasks that are passed around, but you also know that you're at full capacity. So what you do is you speak to the project manager beforehand and say, hey, you know that I'm already working on this, and this. So I'm actually at full capacity and I won't be able to take on any new tasks. I want to attend the meeting to make sure that I'm also in the picture, but I won't be able to take on any additional tasks. Is that okay? That's you placing your no before it's even asked, because you know in that meeting there are going to be jobs passed around. And if you don't want to be the one taking on extra jobs, and if you are already at full capacity, you need to prepare for that moment preemptively in that discussion with the project manager beforehand. So as you can see with these examples of no's, They've got nothing to do with personality or strengths and weaknesses, but they've got everything to do with being aware and planning ahead. So take this advice on board, prepare it in your mind, and over the next couple of days, look out for opportunities where you can practice this technique. Look out for opportunities to say no. You can practice with your colleagues, with your boss, and see how it lands. Obviously, I'm not saying it's going to be 100% perfect, but try it out, test yourself, and see what you're comfortable with. Okay? You can do it. Don't be afraid to have that talk. I'll see you next time.